Hey guys, so welcome back. I just realized I haven't recorded an intro for this video, so here's an intro halfway through what you're about to watch. Anyway, so I have a task list that I've made myself for the weekend. It's a little bit extensive. A lot of them just silly little things that I need to catch up on. Things like installing the mic for the radio, gives me better audio in the car too, so I'm going to try and do some videos while I'm recording, videos while I'm driving to and from work and stuff. So it's going to give you a little bit more option there. But also making phone calls, I can actually hear people. Small things like that. The ignition surround, the ignition key surrounds come off, just a little bit of epoxy, put that on. But then also things like finally getting the nolathanes put in. So these are the front rear sway bars, these are the rear ones. Fronts are actually already in, so I've got to do the intro for these. I've got time lapse of me doing it. Again, like everything on this car, haven't done sway bars on 31 before, so learning orders and what orders these are going to go in and stuff like that. There is a lot of Dr. Googling. You'll see it on the time lapse. I have my tablet with me and it's a little bit of Dr. Google, just double checking I'm doing shit right, because confidence. So those going in, trying to get the fix the power steering leak. I just had a crack at it then and the fucking things do not want to come off. It's actually one of the little hard lines where it goes into the terminal block, basically at the bottom of the steering column down here. Down here at the driver's footwell. It's the short little hard line that goes through. One of those ends is, I'm pretty sure it's that end, or that one that's sleeping. There's two bits there. There's one that goes to the center of the rack, and the one that shoots over to the reservoir. I'm pretty sure it's the one that goes to the rack that's leaking a little bit there. It's not a massive leak, it's just enough that it's dripping out. It's making a bit of a mess on the driveway and obviously under the car, and the power steering continually gets heavy because I keep running out of fluid. So I'm trying to get that off to clean it out. I've got some hydraulic Loctite to put on there, just seal up and kind of give it a little bit more seal, hopefully stop it from leaking. It could just be a bit of shit in the joint, I don't know, it could just work loose. Obviously it doesn't work loose because I've tried to take it off and the fuckers are stuck like a mofo. They do not want to come off, so I'm going to fix that up. I've just sprayed some WD on it, given a bit of a soak, and I'll have another crack at it in a second. To the point that I was trying to get one off, and the nut actually started to strip in the spanner. So gave that a miss for a minute. Getting that done. Need to do the coolant done this weekend. Also need to measure the inside of my rims to see if they're going to fit the 4-pot front calipers, which looks like they are, which is kind of exciting. Kind of scary at the same time. Fucking things going to do stoppies with 4 pots on the front. Just silly stuff like that. Just tidying up little bits and pieces. So that's all this video is going to be. It's just me doing a little bit of maintenance and tidy up in the car. Nothing massive. Obviously these nolathanes are going to be a nice little change. Hoping it's going to really tighten up the suspension and the front end a little bit and the back end as well, because these are the rears that are going to go on. Fronts are on, as I said. I've just got to drop the car down and tighten everything up once it's on. But I'm keeping the car up for the moment just to do the power steering leak whilst it's up, but then once it drops down I'll tighten everything up, and then I'll jack up the back and I'll do that as well. So yeah, enjoy. I know I've been a bit MIA for these at the moment. I'm wanting to get a lot more of them up, get a little bit more content up. Working stuff's been hectic, which I mentioned in my last video, the little update video. But yeah, hoping to get more of this content up. Really want to get more of it up and share the journey with you guys, because I'm really enjoying it. A few big things coming. You'll notice, you probably might have seen some other socials. Mini spool. Need to get that done for before I do wet pan, which is coming up in only a couple of weeks now. I'm not giving the date out because I don't want people turning up. There are a few people that know, which I know they're going to turn up. There are a few people that know that will be there, but outside of that, it's going to be shit house. Too many people watching how crap I am. There's a few little bits and pieces that need to get done there, and maybe some dream options down the bottom, but more on that later. More on that much later. I'm going to get the S13 conversion done first, which we're getting close to. So enjoy. Hope you enjoy the video. Hope you enjoy what you see and enjoying the channel and enjoying the vlog as I'm going along. And I hope you're enjoying the journey as much as I am. So have fun, enjoy this one, and I'll see you at the end. So we've done the front bushings. We're now working on the back bushings. No, I do not have a torque wrench. I go old school with the old 4-point tie wrench. I would love a torque wrench, but at the moment budget is going towards car parts and not to tools that I can get away with it using, as lovely as it would be. So front ones are done. Kind of not 100% sure if I've done them up tight enough or done them up too tight. We shall soon find out once I get it on the road. So looking at the owner's manual, like the workshop manual, it suggests a torque setting which I tried to hit with the torque wrench last night, and it just kept going and going and going. I can see the bushings are starting to bulge out, which I know I don't want too much of. So I've essentially torqued them down till they look like they're just starting to get a bit of a bulge in the bushings themselves. Torqued them down to basically that setting, taken a measurement, and done the same on both sides. So, like taking a measurement from the width of the nut to, I'm going to need to get under there, am I? Let's put this under the backpack. Okay, so normally for safety I'll put the tyre under here. I have got so the jack's up on the front of the control arm, or swing arm. I have got a car jack under here. It's not actually touching, but it's there just as an extra safety feature, just an extra safety step. Oh Jesus, that is horrible. Well, I don't know if you can see. I'll bring this in here. I don't know if it's going to be too dark to see. So that is the tie rods that I am going to fix. Let's see if I can turn this down so you guys can actually see what the hell's going on. Barely. Let's see if we can turn that up. You can actually see it. Oh, look, there we go. So that's the tie rods that I'm going to be fixing. You can see a massive gap in here. They just look old and stodgy as all shit. Okay, so that would probably be why the car is not going as well as it should, and it's so out of focus it's horrible. So there you go. That would explain a lot. Let me just fix this all back up so I'm not completely blown out. Man, I look more albino than normal. Look at that shit. I'll put this back to where it was so you can actually see me. Okay, so yeah, definitely need to be fixed. The other thing I need to do on here is adjust the handbrake, because the handbrake is not all that effective at the moment. Which should probably just be the main linkage just under there, which is located just basically up in here, just past where that swipe bar link is. Everything else looks pretty good, Nick. There's still a fair bit of meat on the brakes. Yeah, there's plenty of meat on them. So the brakes themselves are still really good. I have to get rid of these shocks fairly fucking soon. And put the nice new coilovers in there when I get around to getting them. That's still got a fair bit, the disc's still got a fair bit of meat on it too. So everything else is in good nick. Just, yeah, that's that's shit house. Okay. Let's grab some sockets and wrench it and get into this. I was too tired and too lazy last night to put my tools away, so I've left them out like a lazy prick. Fuck, that is way too small. Way too big. Go fucking figure. 12-inch bolt on top, 1/2-inch nut. The fuck. Okay, I'm gonna need an extension tube for that. I was gonna take my knuckles off. Okay. Let's see how we go here, hey? Here's a question. I'm hoping once we get those bushings off, there's enough room to get this top one out, because the top one's kind of captivated in here. It's going to have to tilt and come out at an angle. Here's hoping. Oh, fuck, it is under tension, isn't it? That's enough that it'll sit on there. Fuck, they're rusted. Look at that. Look at the dirt. I don't know if you can see that. Fuck. Wow, they're pretty shit house. Okay. Here's the fun part of how the fuck do we get this off. Alright. So those two. And those two. I like to take things off in order, lay them out in order, so I know how to replace them back in. So that, then that. Hopefully, yeah. Okay, so just have to swing out an angle to get those sockets out. That bit aftermarket shocks on is Monroe GT Gas. So it has put some shocks on, so I reckon these have been done at some point, because they're not original, but they're not great either. They're not nolathanes. I think they're I can't think of the brand. There's another major brand that you can get. I might just turn this down a little bit. There's another brand you can get that sort of alternative to nolathanes. They're definitely not nolathanes because they're like a bluey purple. But they're definitely old and stodgy and warped and in all sorts of weird shapes. So I'll put that there. I'll give that a bit of a clean off. And we'll put the ones in. That's that. So let's put these top two on. Top two on, slot that in here. And there we go. Bushing washer. And put the collar on. Washer bushing. Woosa, washer. And then that should all slot nicely into there. Superb. So if we can look at, if I can zoom out a little bit more. Car is currently sitting off wheel. So when that wheel, when the wheel sits back on the ground, so you can actually see my hand without looking bleach blonde. When the wheel sits on the ground, that's going to come all back up again, and put more pressure on the. It's going to, weight of the car is going to squish the shock down. That whole swing arm is going to come back up again, and it's actually going to change the angle of that to actually bring that angle back up and be a better contact point. So yeah, once I settle the car down and I tighten them up with it on the ground, that's actually a better angle. Okay, no, all good. We are good. Nope, darken that too much. We are all good. See, stop and think for 2 seconds, Nathan. Stop jumping to conclusions. So that'll be sweet. Once that, yeah. So once this all settles back in, that's all going to come up. That swing arm's going to come up at a better angle, and we're going to be all G. So let's pop this back on. Now's the question: am I going to get it up enough? That's what she said, to get the nut on. That is indeed what she said. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to get another test bolt, because these lock nuts need to be replaced. I have to replace the front ones. I've got to test it. There's enough that'll hold on now, but duck past Bunnings today, I'll pick up a couple of nuts, lock nuts to suit it. This one I'll just get a test nut. Excuse me for 2 seconds. I'm going to go and grab a test nut. I'm going to pause this recording and I'll be back in 2 secs. Okay, so what I was saying then was a test nut. What I actually mean is a test bolt. So what I do, so I can guarantee when I go to Bunnings or wherever, I know I'm 100% getting the right thread, and the right bolt. I will actually grab a bolt out of my miscellaneous boxes of thousands of different bolts that I've collected over the years. Essentially find one that screws on perfectly. As you can see, that's supposed to be a lock nut. I shouldn't be able to just tighten that all the way on. So the locking rubber in there, locking plastic in there is obviously RS. So I will take a bolt like that to Bunnings, tee it up, make sure I've got one that fits perfectly. That way I know I'm getting a bolt / nut. Do it both ways. If I need a bolt, I can't take the bolt out, or I can't take the bolt with me, I'll find a nut that fits it, vice versa. Take that to Bunnings, I can test it, sweet, know exactly what it fits. I can put it straight back on. Same with the front. I had to find the locking nuts and that are pretty RS as well. So I've got a bolt to suit the front ones as well. Two very different bolts, by the way. This is about an M8, the front is like an M10. So yeah, much smaller bolts than the back sway bars in the front. So I'll take that with me to Bunnings today, and I'll grab a couple of high tensile lock nuts. For the moment, this can get slotted on here just so I can pop everything back on the ground. Once it's on the ground later, I can literally just take this bottom nut off, replace it with a new one, tighten it back up again. Everyone's all laughing. So this is going to be fun because I can't compress this very much without. I can't compress this much to get the bolt on, so I'm going to have to do a Dodgy Brothers RS. Yeah, look. So we're going to pry this white bar up, and we're going to have more than enough to get on there. Let's see how many hands I need to do this. This is going to be fun. Juggling act and a half. No, don't you move up too, Mr. Bolt. No. Okay, I'm potentially going to need a second set of hands. Or chin. Whatever fucking works. Okay, so my lovely camera battery decided to die halfway through that little bit. I'm not sure how much you saw where it died. But so car's back down the ground for driver's side. Bushings are on, and yes, as expected, so going to put it down on the ground. Sway bar came up, lined all up properly, nice and square. I'm not going to bother tightening it up properly now, just because those bolts, the nuts, sorry, are so freaking loose. Like the locking plastic rubber, whatever you want to call it, on the front of them is dead. I can literally finger tighten them up. So I'm not even going to bother driving like that because that is fucking dangerous. Glad I found that now rather than mid-drift and sway bar goes through my floor or something stupid. So I'll pick those up today. I'm not going to take it for a drive. I won't tighten them up until I've put those new ones on. But now jump onto passenger side, get the passenger side done. Then the sway bar linkings are done. That's one more job ticked off the list. So yeah, back in a sec once I've done that one. All right, so there's a bit of a hodgepodge of filming of all over the place over a couple of days, but we got the swing arm bushings done. Had a quick drive last night and a quick drive to and from work today. The difference is amazing. The car feels so much tighter. It feels so much more responsive. Both the front and the back end feels a lot more planted as well. Obviously, there's not as much roll in there now. The bushings are working the way they should. I think I can still dial in a little bit more. Potentially tighten them up just a fraction, not a huge amount. Just kind of stop a little bit of movement. There is still a clunking noise in the back every now and again. It's almost like something settling. I did notice when I took the backs off, you could see kind of a wear spot on the mounting point where the bushings actually went onto the body. It was actually a bit of a wear point where that's obviously been moving around. So potentially can kind of tighten that up a little bit as well to get rid of that. Front end feels really good, rides nicely, no weird noises other than the little clunk that I have been getting all along anyway. May not be related to those bushings, maybe something else. I will probably find out over the next couple of days because exciting news. The mini spool is being shipped as we speak. I'm pretty sure Australia Post now have it and it's on its way from, I can't think where I ordered it. I actually think it's in Sydney somewhere. So today is Monday. I don't know what day of the week it is. Like always, today's Monday. Hopefully I'll have that by potentially sort of Wednesday afternoon. I do have an event. We've got South Circuit drifting event on Friday, so I'm going to be out at the track all day Friday. I have work Saturday, I have baseball games Saturday afternoon, and then I have women in drifting event all Sunday. So it's going to be, I've got one more weekend after this, I've got another week and a weekend after this, and then it's the Tuesday that I go drifting. So I'm going to be finding every time possible to get into it. As you can possibly see, I have cleaned the garage up. No, it doesn't look it, but this is actually my garage clean. This is all rubbish here, it's got to go out, so that'll all clean out a little bit more as well. But I have just spent the last hour or so cleaning it up so it is ready to bring the Skyline in here. What I'm thinking at this stage is I'm probably going to put it, excuse the dizzy feature, I'm probably going to put it up on these car stands at the front. and then put it up on my, probably going to see it, there is a car stand in behind there, car jack stands at the back to basically lift the entire car up. Not sure how steady it's going to be. I obviously don't want it to roll whilst I'm underneath it, so I'm not sure if those car stands are going to be the best, whether I just chuck the front wheels and jack the arse end of it up. I don't know, I'll play that by ear, but essentially I want to get it in here tomorrow afternoon and start taking the diff apart, so as soon as the spool turns up, the diff's all ready to go, put it all back together and get it in. Also gives me a little bit more time to figure out what I'm having trouble with, if I'm having issues with undoing the diff, stuff like that. I don't have an impact wrench, so I will be using just hand tools to undo it. I can potentially get access to an impact wrench, which may end up being the case if I'm having too many problems trying to undo it with hand tools, but not going to know until we get it out. So yeah, get that out, or get it up tomorrow, potentially start working on it tomorrow and getting it out, and then yeah, going from there, hopefully get it up. It's obviously not going to be ready to take it out to the track on Friday. I very much doubt it's going to be ready. Would be nice, but doubt it. But yeah, I'll take the Corolla out on Friday, which is supposed to be like a 40 fucking degree day. I'm going to be sweating bullets all day. It's going to be brutal, but it's going to be worth it because it's South Circuit and there's a couple of the big boys coming out. So there's going to be some nice cars out there to get photos of and join in with everyone. Yeah, outside of that, going to wrap the video up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you've got any comments, if you want to see anything, if you like anything I'm talking about, if you want to hear more about anything I'm doing on the car, please feel free to drop a comment down below. I'd love to make this content more applicable to you guys. So yeah, take care. I will see you in the next one. Ciao. Just had to add a PS to this video. What the fuck is with the chow? Why am I, what is this? I got to think of a better way of saying these videos off. I don't know.